Now to a warning every parent should hear dealing with anxiety and your kids. Every child has those days when they're stressed out, but for some it can take a dangerous turn and the symptoms might not be as obvious as you'd expect. NBC Charlotte's Brooke Katz here now with a girl's story and how she has learned to overcome this. Brooke?
That's right, Fred. And when we think about anxiety, we typically think about worrying, but there are other symptoms. Some could be easy for you to miss.
I'm a junior, ready to graduate.
16-year-old Asia Bull is a typical teenager with an infectious smile.
Well, I love all animals, but dogs are my all-time favorite. I love hanging out with my best friends.
She plays piano and clarinet. She also battles severe anxiety.
At one time in my life, it affected every single aspect of everything that I did.
All children go through phases, but for Asia, it was far more than being stressed out.
My weight was dropping. I didn't want to eat. I was severely tired. I would ache everywhere. My heart would just like pound really fast. And I would have like frequent anxiety attacks.
Asia is hardly alone. Anxiety disorders affect 25.1% of children between 13 and 18 years old. But it can also show up in younger children, sometimes in very physical ways that can be misleading.
Stomach problems, headaches, pains, mysterious pains everywhere.
We went to Dr. Michael Clark, a psychiatrist with Novant Health. He says parents need to be vigilant because anxiety untreated can lead to much bigger problems: depression, substance abuse, and disruptive behavior. He says don't be afraid to seek professional help.
At what point does it go from your normal being stressed out to something that's more serious?
Well, when it starts really affecting every aspect of their life, when their schoolwork starts suffering as a result, when they're pulling away from friends, when they're not doing their normal activities, all of that makes you think that this is just a little bit more than a stressful period.
Asia says finding the right treatment has changed her life.
And talking about your problems with like your therapist, your psychiatrist, your parents, your support system, it makes what you're going through so much better and so much easier because it takes the weight off of your shoulders.
And she has a message for anyone out there struggling as she once did.
I know it may seem at times like you want to give up, but you can't give up. You have to keep fighting and you have to keep going because it is so worth it once you can look at your life and be content and love your life and be happy about it.
Dr. Clark says to talk to your children if you notice that they're not engaging with their friends, if they're overly shy, or if at a very young age they're fearful of separating. It's not always an easy conversation, but it can be a life-changing one, just as it was for Asia. Reporting live, Brooke Katz, NBC Charlotte.
All right, thanks, Brooke.